Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Parents, we are on week 4 Tuesday, so if you go to our calendar, there are 2 calendars in there now. Week 5 and 6 is going to be next week, because we're on week 4 this week, so that's the current calendar that we're using, and that's week 4 Tuesday. And parents, we've been going over the report cards since they're coming out this week. Yesterday we talked about reading, today we're going to talk about writing, so effort and participation. And I'll be honest, a lot of kids don't love writing time. They find it hard to get their ideas down on paper. There's lots of things that get in the way of writing. They're worried about how they're spelling things. They're worried about capitals and periods. And so they sometimes just try to avoid it. They use avoidance behavior. It's a time they want to go to the bathroom, so on and so forth. So writing is important. It's an important piece that ties in with reading. And so effort and participation is the grade. Remember, this is a picture of the whole 10 weeks. Or at least until March 11th when we last saw them. And so, depending on how they write, we wrote reports this week, or this 10 weeks, plus we do writing in our journals and on-demand writing. So it just depends on how they wrote, and that's where the effort and participation grade comes in. If you have a 1 or a 2, those are areas of concern. 3 and 4, they're doing okay, and right on grade level. 4, of course, is above. Conventions, that's like capitals, periods, commas, things like that. And organization and development is putting them in order. All right, so if you're writing a report, you know, you have like a heading and some facts below it, and so on and so forth. If you're writing a story, it kind of has a nice even flow, beginning, middle, and end kind of thing. So those are the things we look for when we're looking for that. If you're writing a story about your dog and all of a sudden you throw in 3 things about how you like to feed your cat, that's not going to be organized as the way we would like to see it. Okay? And if it's lots of repeated sentences like, I love my mom, I love my dad, I love our car, I love my brother, okay, that's not development. We want to see some nice even flow, using some details, things like that. So that's what you can look for in the writing piece as you go through. Remember, any areas that you have concern, or you think it looks concerned from the keys that we talked about yesterday, those are areas. If your child is not having a great day with schoolwork, but they are below grade level in reading or writing, then those are things you want to make sure you hit those days if you're not having a great day with everything that's going on. All right? So just a little plug for that. And again, if you have any questions, please contact me. You know, there's lots of ways to contact me. Get a hold of me, and I'll get right back to you. Okay? So that brings me to kids. And kids, I hope you had a great night. We are doing nonfiction books this week, so I showed you some yesterday, the book about cheetahs, and then ladybugs and all those, and then we're writing a book about it. So don't just list your facts, make some headings, and then put some things like, did you know cheetahs are fast runners? So ask some questions. You know how to pull your reader in. Make sure you make it flow well, and it's something that people want to read. Read it to yourself, or have a brother or sister read it, or mom or dad, and see if it looks like it's coming out the way you want it to. Remember, it's not going to always be perfect the first time. You'll have to probably do another draft. For word study today, looking at our words, using apostrophes in owning or possessing something. Make sure you're practicing those, and today's assignment on the calendar was air writing. But again, you can do anything that will help you to move your learning forward with those words. Okay? Math, we're going to go over our problem from yesterday, and I'll introduce a new problem, and then I have another one that came to me as I was rewatching our video before I posted it. So we'll add that in today, and then we'll talk a little bit about science. Oh, book recommendations. Always forget those. So something I thought would work across the board, or there's lots of these books. There's Hershey's, there's M&M's, there's peanut M&M's, there's Skittles, but they have, this one's just a simple counting book, but it's all about M&M's, and I'm using that with my pre-K person. And this one's counting by 5, so I use this one with Kenton. And so it incorporates math along with the reading. All right? And there's a bunch of them out there if you want to Google those. If not, you can always check and see if you can order something like that. I wish I could send all my books out for you guys to borrow as well. So the one we have up yesterday, Leland had 217 jelly beans in his Easter basket. He gave 79 to Poppy. How many jelly beans does he have left? RDW. So let's do, of course I don't want you to draw 217 jelly beans, but show your work and we'll count that as your drawing. and we already read and broke it down. So 217, I'm just checking to make sure I have the right numbers down. 217 and 79, and I lined them up nice. And we said they're going away because he gave them away. 9 is bigger than 7. I have to borrow from my 1. 1 becomes a 0, and 7 becomes 17. 17 take away 9 is 8. Uh-oh, I have 0 M&Ms, but I need 7. I borrow from the 2. 2 becomes a 1, and 0 becomes 10. 10 take away 7 is 3. Drop this 1 down. Okay, so 138. How many does he have left? Leland has 138 jelly beans left. Sorry about writing uphill. It's just kind of the way that Leland, Leland has 138 jelly beans left. All right, so I checked my work. I have done my RDW. I read it, I drew it, and I wrote my answer statement. So for today, the first one, I was talking about chickens and being in an incubator for 3 weeks, and we're a third of the way there. So I thought, hey, that's a great array. It's a great repeated addition. The chickens or eggs are in the incubator for 3 weeks. How many days is that? So I know 1 week has 7 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, I'm double checking my work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the chickens and eggs are in the incubator for 3 weeks. There's week 1, week 2, week 3, or 7 plus 7 plus 7 equals, and I told you this earlier, the eggs have to remain in the incubator for 21 days. Or 3 weeks with 7 days in each is 21. All right. Or I have 7 rows of 3, and that equals 21. All right. So the chickens and eggs are in the incubator for 3 weeks, and we know there's 7 days in a week, so I drew an array. 7 plus 7 plus 7 equals 21 days. And there 3 times 7 is 21, and 7 times 3 is 21. Always check your work, because see, I've found a couple mistakes in there, here and there. And our problem for today is Xander puts 3 rows of tile in his kitchen to make a design. So let's read that again. Xander puts 3 rows of tile in his kitchen to make a design. He lays 5 tiles in each row. How many tiles? 5. So stop sign, Xander puts 3 rows of tile in his kitchen to make a design. He lays 5 tiles in each row. Draw a picture, A, write a repeated addition sentence, and an answer statement. And I'm going to put in here array. Draw an array as part of your picture. All right, so that's going to bring us on to our chicks, and I'm going to review some of the things we've been looking for. So we went from 3 days, and I know we talked about this yesterday, to 7 days. Look at the change. It's a huge change. So all these things are happening, and I want you to know that I did do some candling last night after I sent your pictures out, and we have chicks. So not 100%, but I still left some of those eggs in there just in case, because like I said, some of those dark colored shells are hard to tell what's going on in there. But most eggs I did see activity. And I didn't candle all 48 of those, but I did check them. And looks like we're going to have some chicks in about 12 days. All right, so tomorrow we're going to look around at day 10 and see what the chick has done and the changes, and we'll review. So again, we have the eye, the ear is developing, legs, tail, the wing outline is here, and the beak is really forming nicely. All right, so I expect I'll see the yolk smaller and the chick to look more like a chick as we move on. All right, so I hope you all have a great day. Oh, I was going to show you. Sorry. Psych, not leaving yet. This is what I'm reading. I like to show what my book recommendations, or what I'm reading as well at home. So I was just reading it's a story called A Foal is Born. All right? Hope you all have a great day. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Remember, I miss you all, and I will talk to you then.